Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 2024, and we picked up 2 points in our last race. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Please do continue to leave a like on this series if you're enjoying it. I'm not too worried about the views, it's the amount of likes you want. That's what shows that people are enjoying your content. So please do leave a like, but let's dive in and get to the Italian Grand Prix in Imola, because this is a circuit that should suit our car pretty damn well. If we go and have a look at our car, we're back to our normal livery after the Miami Grand Prix, but you can see that we are 4th and 3rd in top speed and DRS effectiveness, which is very, very good, and we're not too bad in the cornering aspect now. Everything else is a little bit weak, but that's car 1. Car 2 is slightly the other way around in top speed and DRS effectiveness. Very good in high speed cornering because of our new suspension that is fitted on that one, and very good in engine cooling as well, which is wonderful. And if we go and look at Italy, you can see here in Imola that if you look at the overview, no, not the overview, the circuit map, there is a lot of high speed corners in here. So sections by speederboard, car attributes. Top speed is needed, 4th and 3rd on the grid. Medium speed corners are needed, 8th and 7th on the grid. And high speed corners, 7th and 3rd on the grid. So Ollie Bearman could be in a pretty good position in his car for this race. Now, this isn't a sprint weekend, so we can have a little bit more time to go and look around what is happening in the hub, the HQ of Brawn Grand Prix. So the factory is nearly there. It's got 110% effectiveness for some reason, but in 4 days it's going to be upgraded to a 3-star factory, which is really good. Everything else is still as it was. In terms of the star facilities, the team hub is up to level 2. We haven't done anything else. We did upgrade the race simulator before, but that was quite a while ago. And in the operations room, we're upgrading the helipad and upgrading the tour center, because that is boosting morale of our staff, which is very good. The only negative is Filip Drugovic at the moment, and I'm not too worried about that, because if we go and have a look at his, it's all because of his situation in terms of his driver standings, his results and things like that. Oliver Bearman is pretty happy. Personal race result in Miami, he's happy with getting 2 points. He wasn't happy with the sprint result and the driver standings. Not too happy with the team performance, but is happy with us as a team principal, which is good. Generally though, lots of people are getting happy or are now neutral because of our upgrades that we're doing to facilities, which is okay. But I do think we're heading in the right direction. The car is looking good. We've got a bit of money issues. We'll get onto that in a minute. Powertrain wise, engine, gearbox and ERS all looking good in car 1, and they're looking very good in car 2 as well. So we should be in a good position. Money, not so much. We have 19% of our cost cap left, which is this figure here, 27.8 million. So we are calling an end to any new research on the car for this year. So car part development, there will be no more designing of new components for this year's car. Research we're doing for next year already to see what we can do. That is where our money has gone. We're down to 111,000 in our bank balance at the moment, but the underfloor research for next year should pretty good in position for next year. We are only going to be manufacturing things that we need for our current car, and hopefully that is then going to be just where our cost cap goes in there, with nothing else to really worry about. But Italy is up next. I'll go and do practice. We are 14 points off RB in the position we want to be in 6th. Hopefully we pick up some points in Imola. We'll be back for qualifying. Okay, so practice was a bit of a bust because Oliver Bearman had an incident, and Jack Crawford of Aston Martin, he is an affiliate driver for Aston Martin, crashed into Oliver Bearman, who had to retire, and cost him quite a lot of components, which is very, very interesting. Or annoying. Not interesting, it's annoying. Yeah, so he has gotten back to old car parts. So he's got the old suspension, which does impact our top speed. If we compare them here, right? So installed on car number 2, the one that's installed on car number 1 is actually much, much quicker. So +4 in terms of top speed in grid positions, +1 in medium speed. I mean, we could turn around. I could emergency manufacture, but I just don't want to, because they are so expensive to emergency manufacture anything. The other thing is that the chassis got damaged as well, so he has that installed on his car at the moment, and you can see that if we go and search by grid places, again it's +4. +1 for acceleration, +2, and the huge cornering. So I was thinking of potentially switching the parts over, because Ollie Bearman is the lead driver in terms of championship points. I was thinking that we could potentially put that chassis to Drugovich and he takes a bit of a hit, and give the good chassis to Oliver Bearman, which is a little bit harsh potentially. In fact, we could do, I mean, I'm committing to it now, so we're going to do the same with the suspension as well. So I don't know if I can. Oh, I can't switch them because we've only got one. Do I emergency manufacture the suspension? Like, it does really help. It's like if we just come out of here, if we go back to car 2, car parts, the suspension, this one, like, and then look here. So it would give us +1 acceleration, +2 in high speed cornering, which would be amazing for the rank on the grid at Imola. But it costs 1.2 million. So we have, it would leave us with -1 million cash, which sort of is pointless, right? We don't want to be going into debt. The board don't really like us anyway. So I think we stick with that. We're just going to give the chassis to Oliver Bearman. But practice went really well, 97% and 98% setup. So let's stop faffing around. Let's get into it. We'll go into Q1 and see how we get on. Now we are going to chuck Ollie Bearman out there first, and then we're just going to chuck Drugovich out with a little bit of a gap, and we'll see how we do. So it should be a circuit that suits our car. Now Ollie Bearman did hit signs there in a not great position, so let's see what Drugovich does. Okay, only 1 millionth, hundredths, tenths, hundreds, thousands, 6 1,000ths of a second off his teammate, but we are much slower than Charles Leclerc. So I do think we may have hit a little bit of traffic. We'll put those tyres back on. We'll put those tyres back on again. The thing with Imola, definitely, is that it's such a short circuit that you can do quite a few laps. So it's just about waiting for a gap. So I'm going to assume, I think Stroll and Alonso are coming in. So we'll chuck Bearman out there. No, they didn't come in, so but he does get out in front of Alonso, and that's quite a lot of traffic. So Verstappen's coming in, Tsunoda and Ricciardo to continue, I think. Yes, Drugovich gets out just after them. So we can put in a few laps here to see how we get on. So Bearman is up into 7th, Drugovich into 8th. So the car is looking pretty quick. George Russell's got to do a lap, which will push us down. Alonso's going again as well. So do we think we're safe, or do we put on another set? We've got loads of softs. Are we gonna be safe? That's the question. For top 16, we should be safe. I'm risking it. Top 16, I think we're safe. And of course we were 8th and 10th. Lovely stuff. 1:13.6 for both drivers. So that's what we're going to be hoping to match in Q2, which we're going to do our first laps on our U set just to put a marker down and see how we go. But into Q2 with both drivers, it's becoming a common occurrence. We'll send Bearman out again early doors, and then we'll put Drugovich out just behind him. They'll probably hit some traffic as they come round. But this is just a banker lap on the U set. There's a yellow flag. It's just a running wide. Not worried about that. That's not going to affect him too much. Wasn't even on a fast lap, so that is okay. Bearman comes across in a 1:15.6, a 1:14.3 for Drugovich. That is some wonderful improvement there from the young Brazilian driver. Lovely. Okay, we've got our fresh tyres ready to go. So we are going to send out both drivers in this nice little gap here, because they should be able to get a decent time in and then come back in if we need to for another set, as Alonso's going to slightly get in the way. But Bearman's up to 4th. What a lap from Ollie Bearman. And Drugovich doesn't improve. He did hit some traffic. So I think
I'm not quite sure
Hamilton has crashed in qualifying. Okay, interesting. That's a rarity. I think Bearman will probably be through with that time. I think Drugovich we send out again. Who could go above him? Alonso, Stroll, Sainz. Perez is on another outlap. So how many drivers is that? Perez. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 potentially, so he'd be on the bubble. Do we send Behrman out again? It's too late. I've just realised that. I think Drugovic is out. There's only 54 seconds left, and it takes... Yeah, Drugovic is out. I've messed it up again, where I was focusing on Ollie Behrman. I should have sent Drugovic out quicker, but Drugovic will be starting 11th. Ollie Behrman into Q3. So at the moment, Ollie Behrman is repaying our faith for giving him that chassis. Now, Drugovic may have got there as well, but I just realised I've put the fresh set on, haven't I? Let's put those back on for this first bit. And let's get Behrman out there for qualifying. He can go and set a little lap ahead of Leclerc and Verstappen. And I think what we're going to do is set this one lap, then go back out on fresh and see how we're sitting and potentially do another one. He's got P1, obviously, because no one else has set a time. But, yeah, 1.2 seconds off Verstappen. That is still not our... I mean, it's good for us, I guess. It's good for us. Let's put... fresh softs on, get him ready, send him out straight away onto an empty track. Out he goes. This could be his last and final lap, and he's going to have a lot of free air to do it. Don't catch signs in a shit place. Don't catch signs in a shit place. He didn't. P6. P6 for Ollie Behrman at the moment. Will anyone improve on their fast laps? He had a decent amount of space to get that lap done. So it's going to be P7, I think. Good starting position for Ollie Behrman. P7. Okay then, so I guess what we've done is picked a favourite driver, which is Ollie Behrman at the moment, isn't it? But he's repaid his faith. Let's see what we can do with strategies, and then we'll be back. Okay, and with our split strategy systems that we're doing, Ollie Behrman is on a soft, medium, hard strategy, which, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure about. Yeah, I'm not sure. What's that give him? A 119.50. If we matched up to what Drugovic is doing, which is a soft, hard, soft. Okay, so it does do basically the same time, but we can push with... That's what makes this interesting, is that with Ollie Behrman we can push more than we can with Filip Drugovic. So, what's that? That's lap 21, pitting a little bit earlier to get onto the hards for Behrman. Oh, it's because we're pushing the middle stint. So if we just push that middle stint, it does make it then... Yeah, so I assume you have to run... Oh, it is quicker. It is quicker. It is quicker to end on the softs and run them in a little bit of a deficit. So that's lap 41 and 18. So what we're doing then is we're just going to let Drugovic stay out a bit longer on those softs. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited for this one. The Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Here we go then. Here we go. Now, I'm imagining most of the other teams are going to be doing... they are going to be doing... Oh, well, let's get this done. Rarely defend and low. This is what we do now. Try and reduce the amount of incidents. But, yeah, I assume everyone else is doing medium to hard as a one-stop. Medium, medium. There's one hard in there. Joe's on a soft as well. So... we might be the outliers in terms of doing a two-stopper, but let's wait and see how this goes. Behrman's into 9th, Drugovic dropping to 12th. It's all a little bit close in there, though, isn't it? It's all a little bit dangerous. We're just gonna just tell him that he can push the tyres a little bit more as Sonoda gets past Drugovic as well. But our soft tyres should be good at the beginning compared to everyone else, so... Let's see how this goes. Although there goes Hulkenberg around Drugovic, but we are asking them to be a little bit sensible and safer in terms of aggression. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. But it is generally a bit of a track where everything can concertina up together and not much space is given. 8 laps down, Ollie Behrman making a move on Lance Stroll to move up to 7th place. Lovely use of the DRS there. He's having a great old time of it, Ollie Behrman. So lap 13, it's been pretty uneventful. Behrman and sort of Alonso, Stroll, Perez at one point were all swapping positions, but Perez has driven off into the distance, and now Ollie Behrman, and you'll see here, battling with Fernando Alonso, sort of in an Aston Martin sandwich there. Drugovic is dropping down a little bit, but that's not surprising because we're asking him to extend that stint on his tyres. So I'm interested to see what happens, because that's going to play on my mind for this last stint, which they're both doing on softer on a longer, softer run, which is a little bit interesting. So we'll keep an eye on it. But at the moment, 8th and 12th, we're running pretty well, and Drugovic is keeping in Russell's DRS, which is very helpful. But Behrman has just now been dropped by Alonso, as his tyres are starting to drop off a little bit. And we've also got to remember, as Stroll gets past as well, they're all on medium, so they are going to be going longer. But we're hoping our race at the end is going to be the key, because I think everyone's going to basically be doing medium hard as a one-stop. So it's that middle stint on the hards when we push, which is the crucial stint for us to make spaces back, as Behrman goes round the outside through the chicane to get that place back. Lovely stuff from Ollie Behrman there. He should have just enough to get these tyres to that hard phase, but we'll have to wait and see. So Ollie Behrman coming into the pits. There's a yellow flag as Drugovic locked up. We'll quickly check that then on turn 17. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. He comes through, no one really around him, so it's an unforced error. It's really bad, isn't it? Luckily, has he kept that going, or is he going to drop loads of positions? And he is back on the track, down in 16th, and that has completely ruined his tyres. So it looks like we're going to be putting him... I think he's just gone... He's not quite yet past it. We're going to be putting you onto the same... Basically, exactly the same strategy now as Ollie Behrman. As Ollie Behrman comes in, gets those hard tyres on, and he's away 2.4 seconds. Did Drugovic make it? No, we didn't get the call quick enough for Drugovic, so he's going to stay out there. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But Ollie Behrman comes out after his first stop in 16th position. Oh, battling early on there with Guan Yu Zhou. But yeah, this is the stint where Ollie Behrman has to make up some places, really. He should have so much better tyres that he should be able to do it. But yeah, Drugovic again. Drugovic is on thin ice as we approach the summer window. He could be the driver that is likely to get replaced. Let me know down below. And as ever, leave a like, subscribe if you're enjoying it. Let's see how they all do. Okay, Drugovic is coming in for his stop. He actually did an extra lap than I wanted him to, but he is in for his stop onto the hard tyres as well. So we'll see how this goes as his teammate just goes flying past in the pits. So if we work this out, what sort of interval have we got to the leader? 58 seconds off a 20... Well, I mean, we'll see how long this is going to take for Drugovic. It's 22 seconds before you even get to that part. 2.4. So let's see as he gets, what's his final time going to be in the pit? Because roughly everyone should be approximately the same. As Drugovic comes out 35 seconds. So 58 minus 35 is 23. So we should be back up where we were, basically. But we'll see. Drugovic has just been lapped by the leaders, which isn't going to help his race at all on fresh tyres. But yeah, we shall see. Yeah, that lockup absolutely killed his softs, didn't it? But he did make it to his pit window. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. He's not having the best of times, is he? But we shall see. Our hope and prayers are with Ollie Behrman to get us some points, I'd imagine. Bloody hell, Oliver Behrman's crashed. He's not out. That's a bug. He's got minor suspension, minor front wing. What is up with our drivers? They're not risking anything. They're not doing dangerous driving. Just clumsy idiots. So he's in 13th. He's done it as other teams are coming into pit. Hopefully it doesn't ruin his tyres, but man, they're making this really hard work for themselves. They really are. Okay, we have a virtual safety car. Logan Sargent has crashed, so this is going to suit everybody that hasn't pitted yet, basically. It probably now will not suit our strategy, but we shall see. But yeah, Logan Sargent has crashed into a number of other cars, apparently. As Logan Sargent was coming through, is he hit from behind, or is it bad play from Logan? Cuts across the Sauber. Oh, and there is lots of carbon fibre in there as well. So Logan Sargent is out of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, but under a virtual safety car. It's going to help our fuel, help a bit of our tyre wear as well. But yeah, you can see Verstappen, that's the combination of Leclerc and Verstappen. They pit, Norris pits, I'm going to assume Piastri's going to pit. They're all going to go onto the hards, right, and just do their normal strategy. As he got stuck there. Time penalty for Guan Yu Zhou is playing onto that. Yeah, onto the hards. Norris onto the hards. Piastri is being double stacked, but he should have enough just to get in and out. He's going onto the hards as well. So interestingly, we may get some places here. If everyone's going to pit, this is going to be interesting. I think we might be able to climb above Alonso. They'll have fresher tyres, but our strategy doesn't change. Our strategy doesn't change. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so not everybody pitted. We're just looking at Piastri there. Not everybody pitted. It's now going to be a case of how much is that damage going to affect Ollie Beerman's car, as I'm a bit slow to react to the old safety car coming in. So back to aggressive. Push and deploy. Yeah, annoying that we took steps to minimise our chance of damage, and they still have had an issue. Perez has had a shocker. He's coming into pit just as the VSC finishes, so he's going to get overtaken by Alonso. In fact, we might even catch Perez in this. This could be a very interesting one for Sergio. I can't. That's. He's pitted and come back out. Okay, I thought he had only just got in the pits, but yeah, we'll see. As you can see, we're catching Russell and Stroll in front of us. Who I think are we lapping? Guan Yu Zhou. Yeah, we are. Get out of the way, Zhou. That is dreadful for Kick Sauber. To be lapped by a car in 11th is awful. I'll tell you what, Drugovic is making hard work of this, isn't he? He's just had a spin. Like, seriously, mate. Seriously. I mean, you're not doing yourself any favours. You're in a nice car. The car is quick. Coming up the hill. It's just his driving. It's his driving that's letting him down. It's really not good. Right, okay, so Beerman is on track. We could probably push a little bit more with you, but we'll have to see what that spin does to your tyres, actually. It'll register it after the next lap. But yeah, Drugovic is struggling. He is struggling as he's getting lapped again. Or that might be for the first time. He might have unlapped himself when they pitted, to be honest. But yeah, Ollie Beerman 4 seconds off George Russell, but is in a point at the moment. Okay, Ollie Beerman comes into the pits for his final stop onto that set of softs. So this is it. This is the make or break time. Obviously, he's got a bit of wing damage, which we're not going to replace in the pit stop. We shouldn't be anyway. And yeah, just get onto those soft tyres, running them at a bit of a lower aggression. Hopefully, it allows us to have a little run at the end of this, as it looks like we're going to come out just after Albon here, in front of his teammate, who also is going to pit in a few laps' time as well. So, right, Beerman, this is your moment, mate. What have you got? What did Albon go on to? Albon went on to mediums. Okay, but you can see a lot of the hard runners are running out of a bit of tyre life. Ocon, Magnussen have gone on to new hards. So now it is a case of just letting Ollie Beerman do his thing. The first thing he's going to do is be lapped by Lando Norris, which is a little bit infuriating, isn't it? But there you go. He's going to get a blue flag at any moment now and ask the McLaren to go through. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't slow him down too much, but hopefully we can then also stay with the McLaren. Let's get a bit of battery in there. Although we are pulling our teammate around at the moment, which is also nice. So Ollie Beerman is on the hunt for points. He's 30 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get points because Tsunoda is then 21 seconds ahead of Hamilton. So this could be very interesting. We are a lap down already, so we probably could push our fuel a little bit more. But we are catching Nico Hülkenberg. Look at that, a 118.9. So we are lapping a hell of a lot quicker than everybody else at the moment. But I'm not too sure we'll have enough to get back into the points. Drugovic is doing a good job as well, but he's just so far behind. There is Nico Hülkenberg. Look how much we've caught him up. Yeah, we've caught him up already, which is lovely. But we need to get the moves done, don't we? That is the issue here. And at the moment, we're just sort of following him through. Go on, Ollie. You can get it done. You can do it, son. You can do it. But yeah, I think without the issues, Ollie Beerman having damage, spinning off, and Drugovic having 2 issues, I think we would have been in the points with this strategy. So I do think this is the right way to go in terms of finding the pit stop, or finding the strategy that has the shortest time. Obviously, that you'd be like, yeah, of course that makes sense. But actually implementing it and it working should be good. Obviously, there's been no full safety car. We've had one virtual, but that didn't really help us out. But yeah, Beerman needs to get this done pretty soon because Hülkenberg is holding us up here. So we might give him... Are we going to go up the inside here? I think we are. Oh, we're just behind, which means we should get the DRS as we come through here, to be honest. So let's go and have a... Yeah, we get the DRS, so we should pull away. Don't need to use the battery for an extra boost. How's Drugovic doing? He's having a battle with somebody that's lapped him, so I'm going to suggest, because that's an Aston Martin, so we're going to overtake and then be asked to completely give that position back with a blue flag, I imagine. But we'll have to wait and see, because I'm going to assume that's Alonso. I guess we are pulling away, so yeah, look, we've been told we've got a blue flag, but we are pulling away, so we'll see, because unfortunately we've actually got Albon to catch, and that's another car. He's unlapping himself. He is trying to unlap himself. He's fair play to him. Deploy your battery and get away so you don't get another blue flag. So he's unlapped himself a little bit there. So, I mean, fair play to him. Keep going, son. Don't get that blue flag. Keep going. Keep going. You've only got 21 seconds to make up on Alex Albon, so let's see how that goes. We've had a crash involving multiple cars here. Hopefully it's someone ahead of us. Lewis Hamilton is ahead of us on 11th, so hopefully it takes him and someone else in front of us out. As oh, he just goes straight on. I wonder if he got a bump from the back. He's kept it going very well through the gravel, which is a bit unrealistic, but that should bring Lewis Hamilton into our... Yeah, it does. Straight into... So Ocon and Hamilton, as Hamilton was lapping Ocon, that is going to bring Hamilton right back into our path. And to be fair, what is happening a lot here is Drugovic is unlapping himself and pulling away from the drivers behind, like, that he's unlapping. So we are much, much quicker than everybody else at the moment. I still don't... We've only got 4 laps. I don't think we've got enough to get Tsunoda, but you never know. Ollie Behrman has gained on Lewis Hamilton for the fight in 11th position. If we have a look at lap times, right? Look at this. It's absolutely ludicrous. 1:18.5. We're literally lapping a second quicker, a lap quicker than Lewis Hamilton. A 1:17 something is what Drugovic was doing there. So much quicker than everyone else around him. But yeah, it's just the driver errors is what's cost us. That is what it's been. Nothing to do with strategy, nothing like that. It is just driver error, and I am going to die on that hill that I'm blaming my drivers like a good chief engineer would do. I am blaming my drivers. And Ollie Behrman does get it done down the start-finish straight with the DRS. He overtakes Hamilton on those very, very old hard tyres and is in a cracking position up to 11th with an issue as well. You've just got to think, like, we don't have to worry about our fuel because we've been lapped. Yeah, we've been lapped, so we're fine for fuel. We will be fine. But 39% softs against 34% hards. And we win that one, although Hamilton will have the DRS coming down the start-finish straight here. But, yeah, hopefully, Ollie Behrman can hold him off. We'll have to wait and see. He does hold him off. Good. So Max Verstappen wins the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc in second. It looks like Oliver Behrman is going to get 11th place. How far are we off Tsunoda at the end of it? Yeah, 20 seconds, so a bit much to us. But yeah, if we didn't have the errors, because Drugovic has got back up to 15th as well, it's just the driver errors. They're incredibly infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. But the car is showing good performance. We are focusing now on research for next year and manufacturing our parts to give us enough parts for when this changes, because they are causing a lot of incidents. But Behrman gets 11th, just outside the points. It is another point, though, for Tsunoda, which is annoying in the battle with our V-Carb, we'll call them. And it looks like Drugovic, who is going to end right on the back of Nico Hülkenberg, unfortunately is not going to be able to get that position, but 15th position. Yeah, so Max Verstappen wins it. Sergio Perez up 10 places. Carlos Sainz drops down by 3 places, which is interesting. Oliver Behrman drops 4. That's due to his idiocy, and Filip Drugovic as well. It was the incidents. It was the incidents that cost us, and that is the problem. We do stay 7th, though, 15 points behind them. I just want to have a look at, yeah, events here. So, looking at my drivers, the data is locked. Why is that locked? Why can I see it for... Oh, that's just in the race. Oh, okay, that's annoying. I was hoping that post-practice, pre-race, I was hoping that we'd be able to do it It says that. What were our targets? Below target, below target. There you go. So we're not getting any money. So good thing I didn't manufacture those parts emergency. So just in time, a rear wing is manufactured, which is pretty useful, to be honest. We're just going to go forward a day. In fact, no, we're not. Before we do that, we're going to F2 driver talent. Colapatino is there. Okay, not too bad to know. But we are going to start the next manufacture because we have a little bit of money and we need, I think it's the chassis. That's what we had to exchange. No, oh, was it suspension? Yeah, we've only got one of the suspensions. So I want to do, how much does, yeah, see, we don't have enough money to even do that. 8 days. So it's not going to be here for Monaco, which is a race I'm really not looking forward to. Don't think that's going to suit us at all. What about if we do another one of the chassis, 550, that's pretty much all of our money. Again, not going to be here for Monaco, will be here for Canada. We're going to go for that. We're going to confirm that as a manufacturer. The side pods will be done in 5 days as well. But what we have got coming, although we're not going to have the money, is our factory is going to be updated, I think. I'm pretty sure that's our factory to a level 2, which is really helpful because it means that we can then do another, when we've got the money, we can then manufacture another component, which we obviously don't have at the moment, and that will be the suspension, I think. Underfloor, we've got 2 of that, 3 of the rear wing, only 1 front wing, so we do need that as well. Yeah, which we can't. We can emergency manufacture it, but I'm not going to emergency manufacture it because that would just be stupid. But I think Monaco is going to be a struggle. And we just got to hope the drivers don't bin the car off. That's what we're hoping for. But front wing is missing. Brilliant. Oh, for God's sake. Front wing's missing. Rear wing has failed. So we'll install the replacement on there. The suspension is missing. Oh my God. So we've got like no suspension. I think that means into manufacturing. Available refund. Only progress on the car part will be lost. You will not be refunded for the car parts that are currently being manufactured. No. Okay, well, we're going to have to go into debt, I think. We'll see. It doesn't matter whether we do it now or right before the race, so we might as well wait and do it before Monaco in case, for some reason, we get some money come in. But that is so irritating. Right, well, money hasn't come in. We're at the day of Monaco. I honestly think, I don't think the side pods have we got. Install replacement. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, in fact, we've not got our new side pods yet. So you are still on side pod number 1. So the front wing, I'm really sorry, Philippe, but you are not our... I might give them both front wing 1. I might give them both front wing 1 because I don't want it to be damaged. I don't want it. We haven't got enough in our... We need to build up some cash flow to get this in. Okay, so car 1 is sorted. Car 2 needs some suspension. So we will give you the better suspension. And oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. We've got to emergency manufacture it, which is going to... So we need to hit targets in the next race. Manufacture... Emergency 1. Oh my God, it's going to put us 1.1 million over budget. Shit. But at least both cars are set up for Monaco, which will be the next race. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.